Namaste yogis, this is Steven from Yoga Works. Let me just switch on my mic, much better. Welcome to this live online practice, or maybe not live if you're watching this later. I've thrown open the doors so we get a little bit of nature and a bit of a nicer background. So here we are, start of day 3 of our 21-day lockdown in South Africa. If you're practicing from somewhere else, you probably experience a similar story right now in the world. So it seems like collectively in the whole world we've hit our pause button in a forced way a little bit, except if you're working in medical services or food or other vital services. You probably find yourself with a lot more time on your hands right now, which is a blessing in a way. We've been wishing for this during many busy times in the past before. But now that we're here, it might cause a little bit of discomfort, of anxiety. In yoga, we say, in discomfort also lies a great opportunity for growth and expansion. So that's what we explore today. We're going to slow right down. We're going to see how slow and deliberate movements lead to more skill, more awareness, more consciousness. And right now, at this moment, a lot of people are thinking, are we going to be okay? And if you mean by okay, if things are going to be the same as they were before, then probably not. But is that a good thing? Do we want things to be the same as before? Were we in a really good and happy space then? Probably there is some room for improvement. So that's what we're going to tap into. Are we able to come out of this much stronger, more connected, more resilient, finding a new balance? Hell yes. I don't know if I'm supposed to say hell in a yoga class, but here we go. So find a nice spot to roll out your mat, if possible, with even a little bit of a view of a tree or a patch of grass or a flower nearby. That's going to make a big difference, as well as these movements in your body. Right. So let's go into child's pose to start with. Have your knees a little bit apart. Sit back on the heels and then just stretch your arms forward, but let your elbows relax down. Let your forehead relax down. If you find this is really uncomfortable, if your forehead is a bit far from the mat, then just use your hands or your fists to stack your forehead on. Take a few easy breaths here. We've got about an hour together. And there's no rush, so take a moment to just arrive here. To settle down. To feel the ground underneath you. And to register the feeling of being in your body right now. Oftentimes before, we were rushing around, we were moving from one project to the other, we were planning trips and schedules and meetings. And it's easy to forget that we are in this body. We often use our body just as the vehicle to take our brain to all our meetings. So now for the next few breaths, just feel the expansion on the inhale. Feel your belly press against the thighs. Feel the chest lift slightly. On the exhale, feel your whole system slow down and sink a little bit deeper. Do this for a few more rounds. Just notice the breath. Follow it wherever it goes. Two more deeper breaths. Make them last as long as you can. Last one, no rush. And then start to stretch your hands forward and lift your elbows off the mat right now. It doesn't really matter if your head is touching. I will just move through some really feel good, slow movements here. Now start to round your back even more as you start to lift the hips. Move your shoulders over the wrists, sort of a cat pose, and then arch your back as you press the hips back onto your heels. That's it. Inhales, round your back, push the mat down with your hands. Exhale, arch your back and stretch the hips back. Inhale, let the breath move you as it were. Exhale, arch your back, we're moving back. Inhale, round your back as you come forwards. Just flow, you can't do this wrong. Exhale as you go back. One more and then we'll add something. Inhale, round, pull the belly up. Exhale, arch your back and stretch back. Rest your forehead for a moment. Nice, round 2, option 2. You can stay with option 1. Or if you'd like to add something, here we go. Inhale, round your back. To come forward, go a little bit further this time. And now bend your elbows, a little push up. Exhale, stretch back, child's pose. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, little push up, keep your elbows closed. Exhale. Flow with the breath. Inhale. If the push-up is too much, just skip it and continue the previous movement. We've got 2 more here. Slow down. Inhale, round, belly lifts. Exhale, strong core as you lean the chest forward. Push back up. Exhale. 1 more. Take your time. Round your back. Strong belly. A little push up. And relax. Back down in child's pose. That's last option. I'm going to add something more after the little push-up. You could stay with option 1 or option 2, whichever one works best and feels amazing in your body. Here we go. Round your back. Exhale, lower down, all the way into the belly this time. Inhale, little cobra pose. You don't have to lift high. Exhale, move back. Inhale, push up. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, round, spinal roll. Exhale, lower, slow. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, soft. Inhale, push up. Exhale, sit back. 2 more rounds. Inhale, round more. Exhale, sit down softly. Hips and chest at the same time. Inhale, little cobra. Exhale. Inhale, push up, strong belly. Exhale. 1 more, inhale. There's some sneaky core and arm work in this, of course. Exhale, set down with control. Inhale, little back bend, broaden the chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale to child's pose. Downward facing dog. So press your hands, press your feet down. Lift the hips high and slide the hips up and back away from your fingertips. If you're new to yoga, then just take your time to find these poses in your body, to learn, even to look a little bit more at the example if that's what's needed. But without worrying too much, are you doing this okay? Is your alignment fine? I think if it feels good in your body, it is good. Nice, and then really slow, start to lift your right leg up. Could be just a little bit, or it could be slightly higher depending on how much range is available to you today. And then bend the right knee, open your hip. Keep pushing the hands down, keep the shoulders more or less level. And then start to reach your right knee out to the side. You can't see it very well, but I'll show it again the second side. Like a little chicken wing out to the side. How slowly can you step your right foot outside your right hand? So in the lunge here, just take a few moments. If you want to be still, you can be still, but sometimes I like to move around a little bit in these yoga poses. A little bit more of a dynamic version, feeling into mostly the right hip. And then really simple, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. So you've got 3 points of support, the two hands, the right foot. Stretch up and back through the left leg. However far it goes or high it goes, doesn't matter. And then bend the left knee, open the hip to the side. Start to bring the left knee out to the side, go wide. And step the left foot slowly outside your left hand. Nice, here we are in our lunge again. Take a few moments, maybe shift forward and back, side to side, wherever feels good. Explore. And then step back, downward facing dog. Take a moment. If this gets a little bit hard, you can always go back to child's pose, the pose we've done in the first set of exercises. It's a good resting pose. And then lift the right leg high when you're ready. Bend the right knee, open the hip. Swing the right knee out to the side, outside your right shoulder. How softly can you step your foot forward? Now this time reach right arm forward and make a big circle all the way back. Place the right hand down, downward facing dog. Left leg lifted up. Bend the left knee, open your hip. Sweep left knee out to the side, outside your left shoulder if you can. How softly can you step it down? Now left hand reaches forward, 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 all the way up, all the way back, and back down inside your foot. Downward dog, exhale. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, step forward, really slow. Slow it down, slow it down. You'll soon notice that slower is actually stronger. Right hand, stretch it forward, open. Circle back. And back down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg. Bend the left knee, open. Left knee, reach it forward, forward, forward. Step with control. Left arm stretch forward, up, back, and down. One more round, this time don't think about it, just do. Inhale, right leg. Bend, open. Out to the side. Step really soft. Right hand reach forward, circle around. Take up a bit more space. Right hand down, right foot back. Last one, left leg high, inhale. Bend the left knee, open the hip. Left knee out to the side, little chicken wing. Step soft. Left arm reach forward, open, back, and down. Downward facing dog. Now start to tiptoe your feet forward to the front of your mat. Sit down and lie all the way back. In fact, not all the way back, just prop yourself up onto your elbows here. So we've got our next pose. This is it. I hope you like it. It's a bit of gentle core work. Can you start to feel the core work yet? No, we actually haven't started yet, but this is quite a nice one to enjoy this little moment. Where are we always rushing to? Stretch your legs long. Nice, and then really simple. We're going to support ourselves on the elbows and pull knees up to your chest. Imagine they're magnetized to the front of your shoulders, and then stretch the legs long. Hover them above the mat if you can. Bend knees towards your chest, squeeze, and stretch the legs long. Let's do a couple more. Squeeze, feel your belly contract, and extend the legs long. Can you keep the breath soft as you do this? Squeeze more, knees to your shoulders. Let's do 2 more. This is compassionate core work. Pretty much one of the most gentle core exercises I could come up with. But still bringing some really good awareness to the midsection. Set the legs down. Take a moment. You're on holiday, or at least it's Sunday morning. Hopefully you've got a little bit of time off. Nice, and then lie back. Remove the elbow support. Bend your knees. Place your feet flat. And then have your hands on the top of the thighs. And then really slowly peel your head off the mat, chin to chest. Round your back and start to slide your hands up towards your knees. Wherever you get to, it's fine. And then slowly slide your hands back down, set down slow. So think of it as spinal roll, chin to chest. Lifting the spine off the mat as far as it goes. Slowly sliding down. Let's do 3 more. Slowly up, contract your belly. Slowly down, 1 vertebra at a time. We've got 2 more. Keep the breath soft if you can. Relax your face. I knew it. I can see this all the way from here that you were frowning, you know. And then last one, enjoy. Contract your belly. And slowly come down. Bring your knees into your chest. Squeeze the knees or the thighs in with your hands for a moment. And a couple of times roll up and down the length of your spine. You can keep this really small, really gentle, or you can rock a little bit further all the way to your neck, a little bit further forward all the way to your feet, whatever is like a fun idea to you right now. Just explore. Next time we're going to come into a squat at the front of the mat. So feet are a little bit wider. The toes might have to turn out a little bit, that's fine. But most importantly, can you lift the chest a little bit. What your arms do, you can choose. The traditional one, I guess, is hands together at your chest. But feel free to support yourself with the hands if that is needed. Nice, couple more mindful movements here. The most important thing is the speed here at which we'll move. We'll deliberately keep it slow, controlled, and quite strong. So here we go, hands to chest. Slowly press your feet down to lift all the way up. Hello, palm tree. Stretch up through your fingertips. And then come back down into a squat, nice and slow. Almost like you're pulling your hips down. And then place fingertips down, step your right foot back. So now we're in that lunge again. Take a moment here. Hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, right foot steps forward outside your right hand. Now as we step into squat, how much control can you have moving like a panther on your mat? Soften the hips down, lift the chest. And then hands to heart, stretch all the way up. Slowly down the midline, pull the hips down. Hands to the mat, left foot this time, step it back. Lunge. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Bend your left knee, slowly coming forward. 3, 2, 1. Step soft. We're in the lunge again. Squat pose, here we come. Step forward, land softly, and hips down, chest up. Squat. Malasana. Go all the way up, press feet, lift the chest. Hands come down the center, all the way down. Hands down, right foot back. Really slow, land softly. You could rush through this, but you wouldn't get to the same benefits and increase in awareness. Downward facing dog. Unrushed, right leg high. Right knee outside right shoulder. 3. Don't land yet. 2, 1. Step soft. Left leg joins. Squat at the front. Slowly up. Use the inhale. Slowly down. Use the whole exhale. No rush. Both hands down, left leg, step back, reach, 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 land softly. Downward dog, right foot joins the left. Inhale, left leg. Left knee bends, stretch it forward. 3, 2, 1.5. 1. That was mean. Right foot joins, squat. Soften the hips down. Stretch all the way up, here we go. Push feet down, lift the hands. Let's do one more round, each side. The slower, the better. Exhale. Hands down, right foot. 3, 2, 1. Downward dog. We've got time. Inhale, right leg, the whole breath. Exhale, step forward. 3, 2, 1. Left leg joins. Squat. Inhale. Take it up. Exhale. It looks like I'm praying to a palm tree. Hands down, left leg. 3, 2, 1. Down dog, feet join. Moving with skill and awareness, left leg high. Inhale. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Right leg, join it to the left. Squat, Malasana. Hips low, heart high. Slowly up. And back down. Rest in your squat for a moment. If this is not a resting pose for you at all, then find another one. Now step back to downward facing dog. It might come as a bit of a shock to your body to suddenly not be rushing around, to not be allowed to work or go on that trip or do that holiday. There's no rushing to school, drop kids off. There are no traffic jams in Johannesburg and probably many other cities right now, which we have hardly ever seen. Now I start to walk the feet forward. We can either make this a lot worse by worrying and thinking what might happen in the worst case. Or it's already hard enough as it is, maybe we just deal with the situation and try to keep a bit of a positive view. It's up to us really. Nice. Have a bit of space behind you. The hands will come down, you can bend your knees here, and then just lift the right leg up behind you. This is called standing splits. Split seems to suggest that your leg has to point all the way up to the sky. Well, mine definitely doesn't. I would call it more of a 90-degree leg lift. If it's possible, you can straighten that left leg a little bit more and maybe find a little bit of extra lift in the right leg, but don't focus too much on little details. Nice, really slow. Now bend the left knee. Lengthen your chest forward. If you can, now release your hands off the mat. Balance here for a moment. Stretch your right leg back, back, and more back. And you're in a lunge again. Maybe use the hands all the way. It's totally fine. Lower the back knee. And then really slow. This is one of my favorite hip warm-up movements. Stretch the left hip back so that your left leg straightens a little bit more. You feel the left hamstring. And then re-bend it. You're going to feel the front of the right hip lengthen here, your hip flexors. Left hip back, hard forward. Doesn't matter if this leg straightens all the way. It might happen. It might not. And re-bend. Now that you know the movement, flow with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, soften the hips forward and down. 1 more. Inhale, lengthen chest. Forward, 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 forward. Exhale. Nice. Tuck the back toes under. Place both hands on your left knee. Lift the chest a little bit. And then really slowly push your right foot down to lift the right knee a little bit. Maybe that leg straightens, maybe not. Remember, we're not worried about little details like that. And then slowly start to bend your right knee. This could be a little bit intense, but so good afterwards. Tap the right knee down really soft and straighten the right leg back up. Slowly down, feel the length in the front of the right hip. And slowly up. Try to move with control, with skill. Exhale, how softly can you tap the right knee down. Inhale, we're lifting again. I've got 1 more, slowly down. Slowly up. Well done, lower the right knee down. Lift the right arm up. Move your belly a little bit back, lengthen the tailbone down. Nice. And then ever so slightly take your right arm over the left head. No, over to the left side of your body. Feel this lovely stretch all the way from your right knee to the right fingertips. Don't go too far, you probably don't have to go really far to feel a lot in this pose. Keep belly moving back. And your breath, has it gone out of the window? It does that sometimes. But if that's the case, just bring it back. Slowly release. Step forward. Forward fold. Take a moment. It's good to bend your knees. You can even hold opposite elbows. Hang the spine down from the hips. Slow your breath down. Imagine all these worries and doubts and worst case scenarios and fears that were spooking through our minds, all of us. Imagine them just dripping down out of your head into the ground. Gone. So that you're just left with what is here right now. Nice, we'll do the other side, here we go. Release the fingertips down, bend your knees as much as you need to. And then start to lift the left leg back. For now, keep the right knee a bit bent just to get that lift. If you can, straighten the left leg, if it's available. And then maybe push the right heel down, straighten a little bit more to the right leg, if that works for your body. And then find a little bit of extra lift. This is one of those poses, it is what it is. So just hang out at your range there. And then bend the right knee a little bit. Lengthen your chest a little bit forward. This might allow you to lift your hands off the mat. And then stretch back. Soft, soft, soft. Tap the left foot down. And lower your fingertips again. Here we are on the lunge. You know what's coming. Right leg. Oh no, we lowered the knee. Sorry, lower the back knee. Right hip, lengthen it back so your toes can lift up towards your shin, and then soften back forward. Again, pull the toes up, pull your right hip back, chest forward. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Release any tension you no longer need. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more, work with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Moving from your own wisdom and intelligence. Inhale. Exhale. Hold here. Place both hands on the right knee. Tuck the left toes under if you hadn't done that already, and lift the left knee a little bit. Chest lifted, belly a little bit back. Here we go. We're going to bend the left knee until we feel where the mat is softest touch, and lift back up. Let's try to do this with as much control as you can. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale. If you're shaking, that's a really good sign. Well done. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale. And back up. Nice. Lower the back knee down. Lift your left arm. Shift the hips a little bit back so you can activate belly more towards the spine. Lengthen the tailbone down. Keep this, almost feels like you're rounding your back, that's good. And then lean the left arm a little bit over the head towards the right. That's it, push your left knee down. Pull the belly back. Marinate in this juicy stretch for a little while longer. And then slowly come out, step back into downward facing dog. A breath or two if you prefer to lower your knees. For child's pose, that is always available, of course. And then step your left foot forward. Turn the right heel down. So more or less your heels are in the same line on the mat here. And then slide the left hand a little bit up on the left shin and lift your right arm up, straighten the legs. This is triangle pose. Open the chest to the side. I wanted to use triangle and another pose to move through some mindful movements. So this is the first move or pose in the little sequence. And now the second one goes like this: right hand down, lift the back heel, and lift the left arm. So a little bit similar in the upper body, just returning to the opposite side. The legs are quite different though, this is an easy twist. And then we'll go back to triangle pose. Left hand can go down or on that shin, right arm up, straightish legs. And right hand down, back heel goes up, twist open on the left side. Triangle pose again. Find your own flow inside. Right hand down, left arm up. Nice. Let's do one more. Left hand down, right arm up. Right hand down, left arm up. Nice. From here, wiggle that left foot a bit more towards the middle of the mat. And then turn onto the outside edge of your back foot so you can reach back with the left hand and soften the hips down. It's a version of side plank, but a lot more of an outer hip stretch, more than the shoulder strength and the core strength that we usually need for that one. So a couple of moments here. Feel a lovely side stretch here on the right side between the ribs and in the waist. And then it can feel like we're all locked up in our little houses or apartments at the moment. But mentally, we don't have to feel like this. So we're going to do a pose called Wild Thing. Lift up a little bit with the hips. Step your left foot behind the right knee. And now lift the front body up. Wild Thing is from your heart. Doesn't matter what the pose looks like. Doesn't matter how much space or no space you have. Doesn't matter if we're gonna have to stay inside for 2 weeks or 4 weeks. We can expand our souls through this practice and then slowly come back. Downward facing dog or child's pose. Take a moment. Slow it down. I'm going to turn around so you can see a little bit better for the second side. Nice, right foot forward between hands. Left heel, turn it down. More or less the heels are in the same line here. And just go slow. Right hand, can you push up on the right shin? Straighten both legs a little bit more. Lift the left arm up, find triangle pose. A little bit less focus on the alignment and more on the slow groundedness of the practice. So this is pose 1 in our little sequence. Pose 2 is left hand down. The left heel comes up as you turn, right arm lifted up. Easy twist. Triangle pose again. Go back to where you came from, find a good place for that right hand and expand in all directions. Left hand down, right arm up. Let's do one more triangle pose. Straight legs, pull the right hip back. Left hand down, right arm up. Nice, we're staying here for our side plank variation. Wiggle the right foot a bit more towards the middle of the mat. Turn onto the outside edge of your back foot. And then just hammock your hips down. So you get a nice side bend in the spine, nice stretch on the bottom side of the torso here. And maybe your right hand can reach towards your back foot. Feel outer hip work. Take a few slow breaths. And then lift up a little bit, find your inner Wild Thing. It works like this, right foot steps back, the hips lift, lift the heart, lift the chest, and stretch up and over with that right hand. Push the floor away with your feet and with the left hand, and make it amazing. We won't settle for less, we want amazing. And then slowly come down. Let's lie on our backs. Lie down on your back. Bend your knees, rest your hands next to you or on the belly, on the chest. And just feel the space, feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath slowing down. Feel the energy, the life within you, which in the end is the most important thing. Yes, we're losing income and profits in many different ways, probably most of us. But for a moment in history, all of us, the best we can do now is to slow down and stay at home. To do less, to press our collective pause button. And then release your hands to your sides. Slide your heels a little bit closer. I like to just touch the heels to know that they are quite close to the hips. And then really slow, we're going to lift up and down into bridge pose a few times. And we're going to hold it on the last round. So inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, lower, slow. Inhale, press feet down, lift the hips, lift the chest. Exhale, like a spinal roll, each part of the spine slowly coming down. 3 more, inhale. Peel your spine off the mat until you get to upper back. Exhale. 2 more, can you use the whole breath? Slow it down, slow, slow, slow. Exhale. One more. Inhale, this time we hold a little bit longer. But no stress and tension in this pose. If you like, you can clasp your hands together under your lower back. Maybe use this to wiggle the shoulders a little bit closer together. Lift the heart, press the feet. Slow your breath down. Imagine your body is just a container for your practice. You're filling it up with breath in whichever shape it is in at the moment. And then slowly release your hands. Rest your hands on the belly or next to you. And then bring the soles of the feet together. Let your knees open wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. It's a really great way to slow down. Have a gentle stretch, but not much tension. You're not going anywhere. You're allowing your body to open up and expand when it feels ready to do so. Nice, and stretch your left leg long. Bring your right foot up, and if you can, hold the right foot with your right hand. If this is a little bit too far, then hold your ankle instead, or even behind your knee. This is fine. You could even do a more like this pose if the other one is out of your reach. So pull that right knee down alongside the chest somewhere. You can even use both hands just to have a bit of extra weight. This is a half happy baby pose. And then your left leg is still a little bit active, so can you kick that left heel away from you a little bit. And then do one more thing with your right foot, push up a little bit into your hands, just to create a little bit of tension in this structure. So your hands pull down, your right foot pushes up, and the left heel lengthens away. Nice, and then bring your right knee to the chest. For a moment, place your right foot on the left thigh, and then just roll over onto your left side into a twist here, a spinal twist. You can keep gentle pressure of the left hand on the right knee, and then the right arm, let it open behind you in the opposite direction. Relax the upper back onto your mat. Take a few slower breaths. We're towards the end of our 1 hour practice. So start to get into Shavasana mode already. And then slowly return to the center. Stretch your right leg long. Bring the left knee in. Remember, there's options. You can just pull the knee in. You can hold the back of the knee with the foot higher. You can hold your ankle, or you can hold the left foot, whichever one feels better in your body. Maybe both hands just have a bit of extra weight. Right leg, don't let it flop out there. Be a little bit active so you're kicking that right heel forward. The left knee, soften it down alongside or towards the chest. And then one more thing, as we did before, with the left foot, push a little bit up into your hands as if the foot wants to escape your bind. A moment or two more in this half happy baby. And then gently release. Place your left foot on the right thigh or knee, and then allow the left knee to roll over to the right side. With your left arm, stretch away in the opposite direction. And just find your spinal twist for a couple of breaths. Slowing down this is not a question of how hard you push. This is not the time for this. This is a time for allowing, for letting your creativity and your resilience bubble up from the depths of your being. It is there. You don't have to find it on the outside. You have to allow the space for it to come out. And then slowly return to the center. Let's do both feet together, the soles of the feet together, and then reach up with your hands, hold the outsides of your feet, and pull the feet in a little bit as you press out with your knees. If possible, you can relax the head back. So this is another version of Baddha Konasana, the bound angle pose. Create this little bit of tension in the system, pulling the feet in with your hands, pressing the knees out at the same time, and relaxing the shoulders down towards the mat. And then grab one foot in each hand. We'll end with happy baby. lengthen the lower back. Sometimes your lower back wants to lift up a little bit too high. Stretch the spine long and pull the feet down. Again, you can hold your ankles instead, the backs of the knees. There's a lot of options here. Slowly release. Roll up to a seated pose. You can sit cross-legged or on your shins or in any other seated position that works for you. I'm going to come a little bit closer. And then sit comfortably, ground down on your mat underneath you. Rest your hands where they're comfortable. Take a slow breath in. Take a slow breath out. Close your eyes. Inhale for 2, 3, 4. Pause, hold your breath. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. Stay empty, hold. Inhale for 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. Rest at the bottom of the exhale. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath and rest. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Pause. One more round. Inhale 2, 3, 4. And exhale 2, 3, 4. Let your breath return to normal. Turn your attention inwards for a moment. Take a moment to see how you feel after this practice together. This amazing connection that is possible between you and your body, between you and your mind, between you and your energy and spirit and soul, whatever you want to call it. The things we cannot see. And above all, between all of us human beings on this planet, probably for the first time in history, or at least as far as I can remember, there is a sense of we are literally all in this together, and our actions are influencing everybody around us. In this case, by staying at home, we are able to save the lives of many, many people. This connection is always there in other times as well. It's just that now it has become more visible. So for a moment more, allow your body to just rest here in this simple space. Pausing, slowing down. A month or 2 months before, we would have been rushing around, stressing about our Monday morning, tomorrow morning, covering ourselves, burying ourselves under layers of busyness and having to make money and running around and cramming more projects and meetings into our days. Where were we rushing to? In the yoga tradition we say, well, you're rushing towards your death, which is inevitable at the end of all of this. But what do we do until then? This is the important question. How much can we feel alive? How much can we spread our unique gifts with everybody around us? And then take a moment to either stay in seated meditation or lie down on your mat for our Shavasana. Stretch out your body on the mat here, get really comfortable. Relax your arms, relax your legs. Let the pelvis and the shoulder girdle rest heavily on your mat. And then relax the spine. Next few breaths, if you like, you can sigh out the breath. Maybe 2 or 3 times, just to soften your body even more. And then let go of any control over the breath, over your body. Feel your skin, your bones, your muscles, all rest down. Even feel your brain rest towards the back of your head. There's nothing you have to do right now. If you have a little bit more time, I would recommend you just rest here for a little bit longer. Maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you have. If it is time for you to move on, then move your hands, move your feet. Slowly roll onto your side. Then come up into a seated pose. Bring your hands together. Touch your hands to your forehead, to your heart center. And give thanks, bow to yourself on your mat. Thank you for practicing with me this morning. Namaste. This was Stephen from Yoga